Dawn in Kathmandu, Nepal. The country in the midst of a severe crime epidemic. Many of these shop owners belong to a community of Indian origin known as Marwaris. They're commonly perceived as dominating business in the capital. And in the last few years, they have become favored targets for kidnapping and extortion.
त्यो दिन दिल्लीबाट आएको ओभरटेक गरिसकेपछि त्यहाँ ड्राइभरलाई कुटाकुट गरे मलाई रिभल्भर देखाएर मेरो गाडीमा 4 जना बसे लगेपछि मेरो आँखामा ब्ल्याक त्यो पट्टी लगायो उनीहरूले कहाँ लग्यो I don't know.
Initially, the kidnappers demanded 20 million rupees. Eventually, his wife negotiated the fee down. After being held for 4 days, this Marawi businessman was released in exchange for 1 million rupees, about $13,000.
कतिजना मारवाडीहरु पलायन भइसक्यो यो कारणले यो किडनैपिङ केसले गर्दा हैन कमजोर छ बिल्कुल कमजोर छ एकदम वीक छ र डे टु डे त्यो कमजोर हुँदै गछ यसको रिजन यो पनि हुन सक्छ पोलिटिकल स्थिरता नभएको
Nepal's civil war lasted over a decade and claimed more than 13,000 lives. In 2006, the government and rebel Maoists signed a peace accord. The agreement paved the way for the restoration of democracy and the eventual abolition of the monarchy, ushering, people hoped, a new era of peace and stability.
Before this peace accord, even though Nepal at the time it was in a stage of war, but this I would say this sense of safety, that sense of insecurity, was significantly less even at that period of time.
People expected to be safer. People expected that it will be peaceful, more peaceful than before, but didn't happen.
Since the end of the conflict, crime has escalated dramatically, notably in the form of abductions. One human rights organization estimates that in the last 3 years, over 2,100 people have been abducted by new armed groups in the south and criminal groups in the capital.
There are a number of reasons why this kidnapping, extortion has become so common in Nepal, and why for this, even for the organized criminal groups, Nepal has become heaven. The line is blurred between this crime and politics. So the criminalization of politics, I would say, and the politicization of the crime has become a common phenomenon now in Nepal.
The security crisis is linked to the turmoil of the political realm. In 2008, the Maoists won a majority of seats in the Constituent Assembly, a body responsible for the drafting of a new constitution. The Maoists formed a unity government together with the other large parties, UML and Nepali Congress. But in May 2009, Maoist Prime Minister Pushpakama Dahal resigned when his efforts to sack the army chief were blocked by the president. The Maoists walked out from government and have been protesting ever since, on the streets and in parliament. The deadline for drafting a new constitution is May 2010, but as the Maoists protest and block every government move, little headway has been achieved.
सदनमा पनि राष्ट्रपतिको असंवैधानिकरण बारेमा छलफल होस् यति हामीले मागेको अरु केही पनि चाहिएन छलफल होस् रेकर्ड होस् कम से कम.
Barsha Mampoon is a senior Maoist leader. He believes crime has surged because the political parties which remain in government protect the criminals.
त्यसैगरी चाहिँ एकदम भ्रष्टाचार बढेको छ. यी कारणहरूले गर्दा चाहिँ स्टेट वीक छ. विश्वास पैदा गर्ने वातावरण नबनाउँदासम्म अपराधी ग्रुपले सशस्त्र ग्रुपहरूले अब सबै चीज चलाउने जस्तो.
Kidnapping gangs rarely abduct the rich and influential. Instead, they focus on the middle and upper middle classes who lack political connections. And businessmen are not their only favored targets.
अलिक हाइटमा घर भएको हुनाले चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ चङ्गा चाहिँ धेरै लामो चाहिँ किनिदिने गरेका थिएनौँ कि अब के आफू बस्दाखेरि खेलाउने अब माथि माथि जाला लड्ला.
When 8-year-old Bibek Lutel was kidnapped 3 years ago, his parents immediately suspected Wakil Ansari, a man they had hired to tile their kitchen only a few months before.
उसले चाहिँ मलाई चाहिँ त्यो वकिलले चाहिँ एक हप्ता पछाडि चाहिँ चङ्गा किनिदिन्छु भने 2000 मिटर लामो चङ्गा सबैको
बेला बेलामा हामी नभएको बेलामा आएर ऊ पहिलेदेखि पनि आइराखेको अनि पछि त्यो दिन आउने बच्चा पनि हराउने.
When confronted, Ansari confessed to the crime and named 3 other accomplices. They were all taken to the police.
अरे गरेपछि उनीहरूले एक लट्ठी नहिर्काउने बित्तिकै बच्चा अनामनगरमा पटेनी लामोको घरमा लगाएछ. घर खान तलासी गरेर उसलाई कहाँ छ उतिखेर सर्च गरेको सायद जिउँदै पनि भेटिन्थ्यो नि त्यतिखेर. उनीहरूले त्यो गरेनन्. बेलुका अब 12-1 बजी हाल्यो त्यहीँनेरि सबैजना थाक्यो कोही पनि छैन यहाँ स्टाफ ल भोलि 10 बजे भनेर भन्यो.
The police, the Lutels believe, botched the investigation. 22 days after Bibek was abducted, his decapitated body was found in a dump on the outskirts of Kathmandu. His head lay 100 feet away. 4 of the culprits are now in prison, serving life sentences.
आजीवन भन्नाले चाहिँ उनीहरूको 20 वर्ष हुँदो रहेछ. 20 वर्षमा चाहिँ केही पनि कट्टा नहुने. त्यस्ता मान्छेलाई पनि अब त्यो जेलमा बस्ने चाहिँ नाइके भाइ नाइकेले सुध्रियो भनेर चाहिँ एउटा सिफारिस गरेमा चाहिँ अनि 2 वर्ष 3 वर्षमा चाहिँ उनीहरू निस्किन सक्ने रहेछ. छ भनेपछि त नेपालमा बसेर अपराध गर्न त सजिलो छ नि. त्यसपछि हेर्दाखेरि त डरलाग्दा किसिमको चाहिँ नि अब चाहिँ नि
Not all abductions end in tragedy, but even for those lucky enough to be rescued, life does not simply return to normal. Only a few weeks earlier, 10-year-old Monica Pia was snatched by a kidnapping squad on motorcycle.
म स्कुल जाँदै थिएँ अनि म मेरो दिदीसँग जाँदै थिएँ अनि एउटा दुईटा जना केटाले आउनानु भनेर अनि लग्यो अनि त्यसपछि उनीहरूले अनि म जान्न भनेर चिच्याए अनि त्यसपछि उनीहरूले फाल्यो.
When passerby Ram Prasad Chakuli heard her screams, he chased the kidnappers on his motorcycle, cornered and confronted them.
सुकेसी मैले बच्चा देऊ यसै गरी बच्चा दे भनेर यसरी भने हैन अनि मेरो छेउबाटै जस्तो नजिकैबाट उले बच्चा फाल्दियो. सरासर हामीले चाहिँ यो सरदेव बोर्डिङ स्कुल.
3 of the 6 kidnappers were caught and arrested. The case grabbed national headlines, and Ram was hailed a hero. But there were repercussions to his courage. He has been receiving phone threats and lives in constant fear.
उनीहरुको सञ्जाल यो किडन्याप भनेको सञ्जाल चाहिँ ठुलो हुन्छ. यिनीहरुको अब एकजना दुईजना हैन यिनीहरुको अब कहाँसम्मको उ छ कत्रो छ हैन यिनीहरुले त भोलि त मलाई त जति जुन अवस्था पनि म मात्र हैन कि जस्तो बलराम म हाम्रो फ्यामिली भित्रमा कुनै पनि बेला यिनीहरु त बदला त लिन्छ.
Further complicating matters are the Maoist connections of the suspected mastermind. It is feared Ramesh Magar has taken refuge in the Maoist-affiliated Youth Communist League camp, which renders him untouchable to the police.
The political parties, especially in Maoist, they have a semi-armed force, which they call Young Communist League. They are using number of shelters. They stay there as a group, and they are indulged in this organized violence. But they are enjoying impunity.
If the political cadres of some political party commit some kind of crime, then there is another impunity. You must have heard, and the Maoist tops the list in that kind of impunity.
त्यस्तै हाम्रो पनि यङ कम्युनिस्ट लिग छ. यसले चाहिँ खासमा पोलिटिकलले चाहिँ युवाहरूलाई चाहिँ ट्रेन गर्ने सोशल वर्करमा लगाउने काम हो खासमा. तर हामी युद्धबाट आएका थियौँ. वाइसिएल भन्ने चाहिँ युवाहरूको सङ्गठनमा चाहिँ भर्ती 10,000 चाहिँ युवाहरू वाइसिएलमा भर्ती भए अनि सबै खाली युवाबाट आउने भयो. त्यसो गर्दा केही विकृतिहरू पनि भयो सुरुका दिनमा. जो अहिले सरकारमा भएको पार्टीहरुका मान्छेहरु जे गरे पनि हुन्छ, करप्सन गरे पनि हुन्छ, अपहरण केसमा पनि हुन्छ, हत्या केसमा भए पनि हुन्छ, पोलिटिकली बचाउँछ.
Sometimes UML is criticized on the basis of the activities of youth wings, especially the youth force. But I want to make clear that youth force is not a photocopy of the Young Communist League of CPN Maoist, who it takes rule on its hand, but UML is totally different.
The lack of security has hampered most of the economy in Nepal, but one type of business is booming. Welcome to Sun City, a multi-million-dollar development on the outskirts of Kathmandu.
This is the 4 bedrooms apartment, and the square feet is 1336 square feet. This is the biggest one. We have the kitchen.
In most of the West, property prices are falling steeply, but in Nepal, the cost of land has surged by over 300% in the last 6 years. Investing in property in Kathmandu is alluring to the Nepalese for the safety of their money and of themselves.
For the security purpose, we have the compound boundary walls, and then CCTV cameras in front of farming entrance, and then we have security guards 24 hours.
The security provisions have attracted special interest from one particular group.
So we have got a large number of Maoist families buying this apartment since they are being targeted. So that's the main reason they are buying the apartment, for the security purpose as well.
Do they tell you that?
Yes, they do.
There is no security in Nepal. People are not safe in Nepal. Government is accepting this. Government of Nepal.
But at police headquarters, they have a different take on matters.
99% police is successful in this crime.
DSP Sher Bahadur Basnet heads an anti-kidnapping unit in Kathmandu. He says the number of abductions in the capital are actually down, and that the sense of alarm amongst the public is due mainly to an incident 2 months before, the brutal abduction and murder of 19-year-old student Khyati Shrestha.
त्यसमा ख्याति एउटा यङ लेडी उनको लागि 7 लाख 10 लाख कति पैसा मागिएको थियो पैसा उनीहरूले तिरे पे पनि गरे र पछि चाहिँ के बुझ्यो भने जतिखेर लग्यो लान साथ तत्कालै उले मारिसकेको थियो अनि लास्ट सेटल गर्नको लागि उले पीस बनाएर कुनै चितवनमा कुनै टाउको कहाँ हात कहाँ यो तीन बनाएर
Khyati's case shocked the nation and gained substantial media coverage.
घटनाको प्रकृति हो ख्याति श्रेष्ठको किडन्यापिङ र हत्या त्यो घटनाले मिडियाको सम्पूर्ण मिडियाको ध्यान चाहिँ किडन्यापिङमा गयो सबैले यसलाई कभर गरेपछि अनि धेरैले के गर्न थाल्यो भने टोटल वर्षको किडन्यापिङ घटनाहरूको तथ्याङ्क ल्याइदिएपछि अलि किडन्याप घटना बढी भएको कि भन्ने त्यो मेसेज चाहिँ गएको.
Yet critics contend that whilst the number of reported cases may be down, the real number of kidnappings is unknown. Many victims simply pay the ransom and remain silent about their ordeal.
Nobody wants to go to police. They are very much afraid, and they think that if they report, nobody can do nothing, and there will be a problem in future also.
Pawan Mittal is the chairman of a local Marawi association. He says that the levels of kidnappings and extortion in his community were at their worst 2 years ago. They appeared to be on the wane for some time, but in the last few months have started soaring again.
Kidnapping started about 3 years back, and in our knowledge, 67% of our community has been kidnapped. Our people think that if there is any problem, give some amount and want to take peace.
त्यो मानेमा नआएको हुन सक्छ तर त्यस्तो घटनाहरु हामीलाई लाग्छ ज्यादै नै हुन सक्छ सुरुको फेजमा के हुन सक्छ तर अहिले
उलाई चाहिँ जस्तै फिरौती दियो अनि ज्यान बचाउने जस्तो पुलिस कहाँ गएर भन्दा पनि फिरौती दिएर ज्यान बचाउने जस्तो अवस्था छ तराईतिर मधेसतिर भइरहेको किडन्यापिङहरुमा अस्ति भर्खरै एउटा केसमा 2 जना सहीहरुलाई फिरौती वसुल्नेमा पुलिसका सहीहरुलाई पक्र्यो र पुलिस आफै इन्भल्भ छ.
The majority of kidnappings for ransom in Nepal have taken place in the southern lowland region which borders India, Terai. There, a new insurgency is mounting, and the region has witnessed the frenzied proliferation of violent armed groups. over 100 of them, all claiming to fight for the liberation of the local inhabitants. They finance themselves through kidnappings and extortion.
बजारको दिन पनि थियो जो मान्छेहरू पनि थिए 2 बजेको कुरा हो 8-9 जनाको समूहमा देखा परे उनीहरूले मलाई बीच बाटैमा अपहरण गर्यो म पनि ठीक छ उनीहरुसँगै जहाँ गए त्यही जान्थे र 4 दिनसम्म पनि उनीहरूले मलाई भनेन कि चाहिँ तपाईलाई मैले किन अपहरण म सोध्थे किन मलाई अपहरण गरेको भन्दा होइन हामीलाई पार्टीले अपहरण गर्न लागेको र पार्टीले चाहिँ जे भन्छ त्यही गर्छु 4 दिनको दिनमा गएर त्यही 10 लाख रुपैयाँ मसँग मागे मैले मेरो औकातले दिदैन
मैले केही बाँकी राखिन यो बजारका मैले 10 जनासँग उहाँलाई त थाहा छैन उहाँ त आनन्दले कहाँ बस्नुभयो कसरी राखो तर मैले यति आजसम्म म यति यो ठाउँमा म एउटा साग रोटी खाए भने एउटा आफ्नै हिसाबले बाँचे मान्छे मैले दुनियासँग भिख मागे
Jivan Dital is the former development secretary of his village. He was kidnapped for ransom last year by a separatist group called the SJTMM, the Terai People Liberation Front. Local government representatives such as Jivan are favored targets of the new armed groups.
अब अहिले सम्पूर्ण जिल्लाका गाउँ विकास सचिवहरूले आफ्नो गाउँ विकास छोडेर भन्न एउटा सदरमुकाम समातेर कामहरू गर्दैछन् द्वन्द्वको कारणले गर्दाखेरि पहिला माओवादीको द्वन्द्व थियो भने अहिले आएर यो तराई जनतान्त्रिक मुक्ति मोर्चा भन्ने छ अनेक सशस्त्र समूहहरू चाहिँ तराईमा स्थापना भएका छन्
The Madesi are the native people of the southern plains and compose 1/3 of Nepal's population. They have their own distinct culture and languages, but have suffered discrimination and systematic exclusion from jobs in the government, police, and army. Many of the armed groups are composed by former Maoists. They rose at the end of the civil war.
In Madhya currently there are more than 109 groups. They do carry the weapon, they extort the money, they claim that they are fighting for the freedom of Madhesi, and what kind of freedom we are quite unable to understand. In the name of Madhesi freedom, they are killing the Madhesi.
They were very few in number at the beginning, but later on there was, unsteppable split in these groups, and this infighting was all due to this money and related to other issues, non-political issues.
The Terai has become worse than ever before in the history of Nepal. Even during Maoist war, the Terai was not that violent, but now it has become very, very violent.
According to the government, there are over 100 armed groups like this one in Terai, terrorizing the local population through the use of murder, abduction, and extortion. With names such as Liberation Tigers, Terai Cobra, and Madesi virus killers, they demand secession from Nepal and the creation of a new Madesi nation-state. Most, however, simply use politics as a front for purely criminal activities. These are rare pictures of the secret training camps of the SJTMM, the armed group which kidnapped Jivan Dital. Biswat Singh is one of SJTMM's top leaders.
वो कहे ना है वो गलत बात है उसका मेरा संगठन ही की कार्यकर्ता नहीं अपहरण किया है यहाँ पर देखिए तराई में ऐसा है कि विभिन्न संगठन सब खुल गए हैं है ना और विभिन्न व्यक्ति के नाम पर विभिन्न संगठन के नाम पर चोर फटाव चक्का सब एक क्राइम करते हैं मेरा संगठन नहीं किए हैं
Then what about Jivan Dital, who claims to have been abducted by the SJTMM?
देखिए जो कि आप कहे हैं कि आपकी संगठन में हत्या करने वाले और व्यक्तिगत रिसीवी सधाने वाले है कि नहीं है इससे पहले था लेकिन अभी का स्थिति में नहीं है लेकिन इससे पहले हम लोग नहीं किए हैं अभी क्यों करेंगे हम लोग हत्या हिंसा हत्या करेंगे लेकिन एक पुलिस का एक साधारण जनता की हत्या नहीं करेंगे
मधेसलाई पनि चन्दामा आएछ मधेसलाई पनि मारेको छ त्यो कारण के त त्यो सिर्फ पैसा
Compared to the levels of violence from last year, a certain amount of calm has returned to the region. the government is holding peace talks with 5 Terai armed groups and is in preliminary discussions with a further 7. This is, supposedly, a period of ceasefire. But these truce didn't prevent the abduction of Sanjay Shah by the Mukti Tigers only 2 weeks earlier. His father, Rami Billah, had to pay 1 million rupees for his release.
तपाईहरुले म समय दिनु भएको छ त्यो समयमा तपाईहरुले पैसा पाइहाल्नुहुन्छ नि मलाई त्यसरी टोचर किन दिनुहुन्छ भनेर भन्थे तँलाई म जति भनेछु त्यति गर त्यो भन्दा बढी भने त्यो पैसा पनि लिदिन तँलाई यी सिधै दिन्छु भनेर भन्थ्यो.
Sanjay says that his abductors repeatedly beat him and performed mock executions. He also overheard them discussing who would get a cut of the ransom.
70,000 जति तिनीहरुले पर्सा आए पुलिसलाई के छ र पुलिसले हामीले देकै छौ टेन्सनै छैन भनेर तिनीहरुले भनेको मलाई 70,000 पुलिसले छुट्याएको थियो
र हाम्रो प्रयासबाट चाहिँ 56 जना चाहिँ अपहरण भएकोमा चाहिँ 54 जना मान्छेहरु चाहिँ अपहरण मुक्त भइसकेको अवस्था छ र 2 जना मात्रै हामीले चाहिँ सफलता प्राप्त गर्न सकेछौं त्यसमा पनि हाम्रो चाहिँ प्रयास जारी रहेको अवस्थामा चाहिँ
Bhupal Pandari is the superintendent of Saptari Police District. He says that due to the peace talks and vigorous police efforts, crime is now under control. We asked him if that's the case, why was Sanjay Shah kidnapped only 2 weeks before by a group in the peace talks, the Mukti Tigers?
हैन अब यो टाइगर्सको कुरा तपाईले ल्याउनु भएको छ टाइगर्समा पनि दुईटा ग्रुप छ एउटा चाहिँ वार्तामा गएको छ अर्को चाहिँ त्यसबाट चाहिँ के छुट्टेको चाहिँ के रे वार्तामा छैन यिनीहरु फुटेर अहिले आधी टोली चाहिँ यतातिर गएको छ अब त्यसमा चाहिँ अब वार्तामा गइसकेको टोलीलाई चाहिँ अहिले हामीले राजनीतिक रूपमै को समूहमा हामीले चाहिँ राख्न सकिन्छ यिनीहरु चाहिँ वार्तामा गएर चाहिँ आफ्नो माग पूरा कसरी गराउन सकिन्छ भन्ने हिसाबले लागेछन् र जो मान्छेहरु वार्तामा गइरहेको छैन त्यो तिनीहरु त सशस्त्र समूह त अहिले पनि किडन्यापिङ गरिरहेछन्.
There is a strong terrified population, strongly terrified. People do not have the courage to oppose the criminal activity because they think that even if they file a case against any criminal, next day, in the name of peace dialogue, peace process, government may take back all the cases and the same criminal will come and attack.
We are not just starting. The previous government started to dialogue them, and I think it is positive that if the dialogue can solve the problem and it can change the heart and mindset of the criminal groups, armed groups, it is positive.
मान्छेलाई नै लुट्ने हो उनीहरु नै लुट्न लगाएको अब एकचोटी यता वार्तामा बसिरहेछ त्यही मान्छे रोडमा घुमेर मान्छेलाई किडन्यापिङ गरिरहेछ अब रक्सीको दोकानमा जान्छ म फल्लाको छोरालाई अपहरण गरे 3-4 जना तपाईको कोशी ब्यारेजमा शम्भुको दोकानमा फेरि तपाई के गर्छ उता वार्तामा छ.
A climate of impunity dominates daily life in Nepal. People are angry about the state of affairs and are fighting back. In the last few years, the whole country has witnessed the rise and rise of a now pervasive display of people power, the band or strike.
Every day there is some kind of strike somewhere. If two gangs fight each other and someone is wounded or killed, then there is a band. If there is someone is hit by car, then there is band.
In some cases, when there is a dispute between husband and wife, one of them will come down to the street and then declare this is band.
They often turn violent. They burn tires, and sometimes they destroy the vehicles, and sometimes there is a fight between police and those who call band. So it can turn violent.
Daily strikes, roadblocks, the forceful shutdown of businesses have all further stunted an already beleaguered economy. People have lost their faith in government. Many believe that only through collective force they can achieve anything. And in recent months, mobs have directed their fury at the nation's most detested group, kidnappers, real or imagined.
यो घटनाभन्दा 1 महिना अगाडि रुमहरू फैलेको जे केटाहरूलाई इन्डियन या अरू बाहिरबाट आएर मान्छेहरूले किडन्याप गरेर लान्छ, किडनी निकाल्छ। अकस्मात के भयो त 2 जना किडन्यापर आएको छ, केटाहरूले लान्छ भनेर हल्ला भयो त्यो नहरको छेउमा। हल्ला भएपछि के भयो, मान्छेहरूले भेला भयो। वास्तविक कुरा के हो बुझ्न लागेन। त्यही हल्ला रुमरको भरमा उसलाई खेदेर समातेर दुईटैलाई समातेर ल्यायो। समातेर ल्याए परालको माथि हालेर मट्टी तेल खनाएर आगो लगाइदियो।
यही यो ठाउँ हो जहाँ बच्चा अपहरणकारीलाई यहाँ जलायो। 1-2 जनाले रोक्न खोज्यो। अब त उसले चिन्दैन, 1 जना मै थियो, अरू 1 जना थियो। त्यहाँ त एकदम उत्साह थियो, होइन साला यो बच्चा चोरलाई जलाएपछि अब बच्चा कसैले चोर्दैन।
The incident at Jokaina village was not isolated. This is footage of one public lynching in the south. This man had been accused of murder. In only 1 month, 15 people branded as child snatchers were brutally murdered by angry mobs in Terai. Most of the victims were beggars from India. All of them were innocent.
People themselves in a group, they want to punish the culprit, suspected criminal at the spot, because they believe that that is the only way to punish it. Otherwise, later on, the suspected criminal will escape from it if he or she has the political connections.
There is a widespread feeling that police cannot protect us, government cannot protect us, it cannot punish the criminals. So this type of feelings paved the way to the mobocracy.
Vigilantism has not been constrained to rural areas. In early July, mob justice fever hit the capital. 2 groups of students were quarreling on the streets of Kathmandu. The fight soon descended into a mob frenzy. In the chaos, locals started accusing the students of being child kidnappers.
3 जना चाहिँ मेरो छोरालाई चाहिँ त्यहाँ के गरेछ, 2टा स्ल्यापले यसरी गरेको छ कि म चाहिँ अपहरणकारी होइन। अनि मेरो जीवन छोरालाई पनि 1 जनाले 2 जनाले नसकेर 3 जनाले स्ल्यापले.
The mob killed Jivan Gahamagar on the spot, along with 2 of his friends. The police arrested some of the culprits, but they were not held for long.
समाते अब समातेपछि के गर्यो भन्दाखेरि त्यो गाउँले नै सबै उल्टिएर के गर्यो भन्नुहुन्छ भने त्यो प्रहरी उनै त्यो चौकी नै जलाउन लाए। त्यसले गर्दाखेरि त्यो छानबिनै नगरेर सबै छोडिदिएको छ। म कहिले पनि बिर्सिन सक्दिन। जबसम्म यस संसारबाट अब म आफ्नो शरीर उठाइ लगिदैन तबसम्म मलाई चाहिँ यो एउटा एकदमै दर्दनाक पीडा हुन्छ।
People have become more violent. Nowadays, the lynching has become, I think, common. I mean, if it's not that uncommon. It used to be very uncommon.
So this is the psyche of Nepal, and my analysis is that it is all due to this 10 years long conflict. People have seen it, people have observed. Nepal was completely different before this war.
जबसम्म सरकारहरूले चाहिँ नि अब यो दल र त्यो दल नभनिकन चाहिँ नि अब चाहिँ सबै मिलेर चाहिँ अलि कडा कानुन बनाउँदैन तबसम्ममा चाहिँ समाजमा चाहिँ शान्ति होला जस्तो चाहिँ.
Many argue that Nepal's descent towards lawlessness is not unusual for a country in a period of political transition. If and when the new constitution is finished, political stability, along with security, shall swiftly return. Others, however, fear violence is embedding itself into the very fabric of society. And if so, it may be many years before this country truly finds peace.